Your paycheck's landed, you're rich. Hello.
Hi, who you talking to?
Myself. I just never forget it, you know, it's like sitting on my mind and I'm really anxious about all my debts. But yeah, I'm just a person with a job and bills. Hey team, as you can see, I'm back with another video. This year, one of my New Year's resolutions is to become more financially responsible. I have a goal to pay off $30,000 in student debt, about that much. I'm also planning on raising my credit score, putting a lot of money into emergency funds, savings, and I'm also planning a few trips in there as well. Over the past year, I have really gotten to know myself and my spending habits. I went from this time last year not knowing anything about budgeting, like at all, to now having a budget that I update like almost every day. And I'm actually gonna show you in this video, so just stay tuned for that. I'm gonna show you exactly how I put in the numbers, how I make it sum up. I'm gonna tell you also about a few apps that I use routinely, including Capital and Empower, which are two cards that I use that are free. Well, Capital is not really free. But yeah, I am also going to show you how much I'm paying off on my credit cards, how much I'm paying off on student loans, and kind of what that looks like. I'm really glad to know fully where my money is going each month. It just makes me feel a lot more secure. I know that like right after you graduate, it can be really hard to save money. I definitely didn't for months after I graduated, so that has totally become a priority for me. So I want to show you how I am going to budget next year and how I'm going to spend my very first paycheck. So that's my January 1st paycheck and my January 15th paycheck. So first, I'm going to run you through the apps I use. First is Google Drive. I can access it on my phone, I can access it on my computer really whenever I need to, which really helps me to track the numbers and make sure I'm not overspending. The second I use is Capital. So Capital is a personal finance app. It helps you to save money, and you can also have a debit card through it as well. So it used to be completely free, and that's when I had it. I was one of the first users. So when they started charging about a year ago, I kept it free, but as of like last month, they've started making me pay for it. I considered not paying for it and just stopping using it, but I actually decided to pay the $60 yearly fee because I think it's really worth it, and I have saved hundreds of dollars on this app. So I think it's definitely worth it. I also purchased like a more premium version, and they sent me this card. It's a really cute Visa card, and that's going to come into play later in my budget because I use it every month. The next app I use is Empower. That is another personal finance app on your phone. This one is free, and it provides a great, very similar service to Capital. But the thing is that your bank account, that with them, it receives interest. So a lot of your bank accounts like receive 0.01 interest, which is nothing. And so I put some of my money in this account in order to make more money off of the money I already have. So as I'm going to show you with my budget, the Capital is for consumables, for groceries, for buying clothes if I need to. Empower is for buffer money, just to make sure I have enough for the month in case something happens. So I'm going to show you my January budget. I'm going to put in my numbers, put in my rent, put in my income. These numbers are a little changed just for privacy reasons, but you'll get the picture. You can click down below for that template, but I'm also going to be showing the budget on the screen right here. So yeah. Another thing I want to talk about is when you're learning about personal finance, if you have debt, like student debt, like I do, I would really recommend looking up Dave Ramsey or Aja Dang. They have inspired me to start paying off those debts so that I will have no student debts, not within 15 years, like a lot of these loans do, but then you add up like $15,000 in interest. I'm planning to pay them off within 2 years. So I would definitely look them up if you have student loans. They really inspired me to get a hold of my bank accounts and to fully understand what I'm doing with my money. So that is my process. I'm going to show you exactly how I use my money in January in this budget. Boop. Okay, you guys, so I am going to put my budget up on the screen, and I am also going to be talking about it as I film this. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my computer as I type this information in. So here's my budget. It's real cute. It has some pink on it, as you can see. The top it says budgets. The left is all my expenses. And then here's my January 1st to 14th budget. Since I'm paid also on the 15th, this is the money that I'll be spending in 2 weeks time. Then this says Jan 1st actual. So this is the budget. This is the numbers I want to stick to. And these are the numbers I'm gonna put in once I've begun spending. So as you can see, I have used the number 1,500 for the job income here. I am also get a $50 reimbursement for my phone. And so that adds up to $1,550. So if you use this template, these little boxes here, whoop, they're gonna add up automatically. So if I take away $50, it now says $1,550. If I add $50, it now says $1,550. And that affects all the bolded numbers. Whoop, this is not, including that. And that. So that's my income that I make. So the next bucket is monthly necessities. So these go from highest important to lowest important. And monthly necessities is the next one because that is shelter, food, and transportation. Those are the things that you need. You need transportation to get to work, you need food to sustain yourself, and you need work to make money. Because that's life, unfortunately. I'm sorry. It's shocking, honestly. So the first one is rent. I put $600 because that's about how much I pay, just like the income is about how much I make. So the rent should always be like 25% or less of your income. So just monthly income. So just keep a thought on that. First thing I do as soon as the paycheck lands in my account, I get an email saying, your paycheck's landed, you're rich. Except for not. So the first thing that I do when my monthly payment comes in is I update my spreadsheet. So as you can see, January 1st actual now says $1,500. I also get my phone reimbursement on the same day. So we're gonna pop that in as well, $50. And my total income is $1,550. So as soon as I get that money, I pull out my phone, trusty iPhone, and I Venmo $600, $500 to my landlady. And then I log online to WMATA, which is my city's metro website, and I pop $50 onto my Metro card. After that, I pull up my phone, I pull up my Capital app. Oh, where is it? Where is it? It's on my finance section. Whoa, that's in Power. And I open Capital, cute. I enter my passcode and I transfer $200 into my account. So now I have money on my consumables account, which is for food and stuff like that. So after that is the monthly responsibilities section. This is for other payments that I must make, credit card payments. I don't want to be paying late. This is for my student loans, Heartland loan. This is for my car insurance, that. So this 211 is taken out a few days later. I don't really miss it. After transferring the money, I log on to Barclays and Discover and I pay the minimum payments on my accounts. I'm gonna save this one for a little bit later because this is part of my debt snowball and I am going to do that later. I log on to the student loan account place and I pay $13,408. And then for Progressive, I pay $130.08. Okay, so I'm also going to Utah in March, so keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna go skiing and stuff. Okay, sorry, the camera temp got too high, so let's continue. So the next section is the extra money. Sorry, this is like savings, vacation funds, emergency funds, etc. So I put $100 in my vacation sync fund and $21 in my emergency fund. Next after that, I have $50 left. I'm going to put $20 in my Uber account because they do a promotion where it's like you get $4 extra if you put your money into Uber credit. So I put $20 in and I get like $24 for Uber. And that is how many Ubers I'm gonna take in the next 2 weeks, that's it. And then I'm gonna get my nails done for Christmas, so $30 for nails. And that leaves me at $0. And so my payment, this is like a debt I owe Oren, and this is my smallest debt right now. It's like $500, which I'm really excited about. So that's what this payment is gonna be here. And I'm gonna pay that, and that's my debt snowball. That is my smallest debt, and that's what I had left over after all of my necessities. I had $200 left, so I popped it into my loan, my smallest debt. And yeah, something's missing here. Oh, all this stuff is missing. Okay, but yeah, so I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna do again for January 15th budget. I'm gonna hide these babies. So let's focus on January 15th. So I'm just gonna fill it in with you. So let's say I make $4,000 a month. I just got a promotion, just got a salary raise, so exciting. So that's $2,000 every other week. Don't get a phone reimbursement, sad. My rent is $1,000. I drive a car, gas is $40 a month. I am smart and I got a Capital card, and I now use it for my consumables so that I can only spend that amount. I am great and I only have one credit card, but it's like $7,000 in debt, so I am gonna pay off the monthly payment on that. I have student loans. I have $40,000 in student loans. I have a $300 payment on that. Car insurance, everyone needs that, $100. I don't have my $1,000 emergency fund. Big tip, you need a $1,000 emergency fund. So I am going to throw $100 in that. I need to get my hair blown out because I am on television all the time. And so that's gonna cost $50. And I Uber all the time, so $80 in there. So now I have $30 left over, and we're gonna pop that $30 into my emergency fund because we do not waste money in this household. So yeah, that's what a budget would look like for someone else. You can also adjust this to have a student, for your student income. Really, this is just so flexible. I just wanna note something on the side. I always keep my debts on the very side of the budget just so I know how much I owe, and I just never forget it. You know, it's like sitting on my mind, and I'm really anxious about all my debt. But yeah, it sits there. So I'm not done paying Oren yet, unfortunately. Oren, and let's say I owe him $500. Hey. Hello.
How have you talking to?
Myself.
Oh, or the camera.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to Trader Joe's in a little while?
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Okay,
yeah, so this is Oren, and as you can see in the earlier one, I paid $200, and so it's great because I list my debts here, the big boys right here. But yeah, so Oren, $500, and in January I'm gonna pay it off. So $200 in the first section of the month, and then $300 in the second section of the month. So I plug that in here, 300, woo woo. And when I finally finish a debt, I cross out. I go like this, and I turn it red, and then I strike through, and I make it 0. So that feels so good. Okay, and then I start hitting the next debt, and that's my debt snowball. So next month, basically what it's gonna look like, it's gonna say February 1st. I always black out the sections I don't have to pay anymore. So next is my Discover. And so on February 1st, I'll probably put about $200 in, and I'll just decrease the amount to be $1,800. And my debts will slowly go down, and that's how I'm gonna pay them off. It's gonna be amazing. And then something I also put at the bottom of my budget is, why am I singing? Is my trip sync fund. So I'm going to Utah in March 2019. I'm gonna do some skiing. My goal is to save $500. And so what I typically do is I make 5 boxes with $100 each, and every $100 I save, I make it green. So as you can see, so if I, on the 15th, if I put in $100 to my sync fund, and then I also put $200 in February 1st, I would have saved, I would color these green, and I only have 2 left to fill out. It's really exciting. But yeah, that's how my sync funds work. That's how my budget works. There's a template that's empty but with all the sums and like the addition stuff still coded in. You can use it for yourself. All you've got to do is add a new column every time. So you would just copy this big boy and post it in here, and you alter it to say February 15th, and then you continue on. This is March 1st, and that's how you use it. And if you're a freelancer and your income is whatever, is like fluctuates and you have to set taxes aside, you pop that into monthly necessities. You can add rows, just make sure that this is still coded properly. It is. Taxes, and you put in 25%, so whatever, 800, and you just make it work. But yeah, that's how the budget works. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to send me an email. My email is in the box below, or you can comment. This is what I use, and this is what I'm going to use to pay off $20,000 in student debt this year, to pay off money on my credit cards, and to save money. I'm really excited for this year. I know I can achieve my financial goals, and I know you can too. It's never too early to get started. If you're in high school and you have an allowance, you can start a budget on your phone. You can use this. There are really so many options. Just want to reiterate, I'm not sponsored or anything. Obviously, I have 4 followers. But I really recommend Empower and Capital for cards to keep your money in. This one, you get interest on the amount in the card, in the bank, which is great. You're making money while you're doing nothing. And then Capital is great because you can save money on it, and they give you this cute little card, and it's really helped me make a lot of money. So yeah, that's my video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys need me to clear anything up, no. So yeah, I just really wanted to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it was helpful to you in some way. That's just how I budget. That's just how I save money. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a person with a job and bills. But yeah, that's how I pay it off. Keep an eye out for future videos, which include an update on my January spending, just to see if I even met my budget, if I exceeded, if I balled out and bought something I shouldn't have, or if I stayed under. That's the goal. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'm also going to be doing how I'm gonna pay off my student debt video with full instructions. I am probably gonna do some hauls. Probably gonna do some travel vlogs because I'm traveling. I need to brush my hair because I'm traveling a lot. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun filming these videos and editing them, and it's like my newfound favorite hobby in the world, and I hope you guys are enjoying these because it's so much fun. But yeah, it makes like, I love seeing the subscriber count go up and the comments. I love comments. So please comment and subscribe and like my video. I really appreciate it. And feel free to follow my Instagram as well. It's Rachel Anita. And I post a lot more about my life on there. And yeah, let me know what kind of videos you want to see. And I hope you enjoy. Happy holidays.